everyone, Alex from Android Central here, and today we're going to take a look at a new mid-range phone from Samsung that's just launched on 3UK. This is the Galaxy S Advance. This is a 4-inch device running Android 2.3 Gingerbread, and if you're familiar with the Galaxy S2, you'll see a lot of similarities here on the Advance. You've got a black plastic design, same as the S2, and a similar metal trim around the side of the phone as well. On the front there's the usual Samsung 3-button setup, a physical home key, 2 more capacitive buttons on either side. Then the right edge you've got your power button with a volume rocker on the left hand side of the device. So taking a look around the back, you'll see we've got a 5 megapixel camera with LED flash and a rear speaker next to it. And just like the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy Nexus, the battery door is textured here a little bit to help with grip. Behind the back cover there's a full-size SIM card slot and micro SD card slot. We've got a 4GB card in there right now, but no card is provided with the phone, although there is 8GB of internal storage. And underneath all this stuff there is the 1500 mAh removable battery. If we put the battery door back on and take a look at the physical design of the Advance, we'll see it's slightly curved, and that's because it uses contoured glass just like the Galaxy Nexus. So it's a bit of a mishmash of various Samsung designs here, but in the front at least it bears a pretty close resemblance to the Galaxy S2. So let's power on the phone and talk about what we've got inside here. It's running a 1GHz dual-core CPU and 768MB of RAM, so definitely no slouch. And Samsung's TouchWiz UI, though it's not for everyone, is undeniably pretty snappy on this kind of hardware. And if you've used TouchWiz 4 on a phone before, you're not going to find too much here to surprise you. The software is virtually identical to what you get on the Galaxy S2, although it is worth mentioning that the Galaxy S Advance has a regular AMOLED screen, as opposed to the Super AMOLED Plus on the S2. So if you're not a fan of pentile screens, that is something to bear in mind. What's also a little disappointing is that we're not on the latest version of Android here, we're not on Ice Cream Sandwich, and it's unclear as to whether Samsung plans to push out an update to this device. Given it's not a flagship product, we wouldn't hold our breath for any kind of update in the near future. Anyway, let's take a quick look through TouchWiz here and see some of the main features that it offers. You've got up to 7 home screens, and you can pinch, shout to zoom all of them at once, just like HTC Sense. You can customize them with a pretty wide range of widgets. So long press on the home screen, select widgets, and you've got this little scrolling area down the bottom which lets you preview widgets before you add them to a home page. Samsung's brought a bit of its own flavour to the notification drop down too. So up at the top you've got a quick settings area which lets you enable and disable various features like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and GPS. And the app drawer is actually customizable too. Press the menu button and you can change it to list mode, alternatively you can just edit the layout of apps in the grid. Taking a closer look at all of these apps, it's virtually identical to what you get on the Galaxy S2. The only app we noticed was missing was the video editor, which is kind of understandable considering this is a mid-range handset. We've also got a few preloaded apps on there from 3 as well, as you can see. What you do get, however, is a full-blown photo editing app, as you can see here. This lets you alter brightness, contrast, apply various kinds of effects, and you can also cut out areas from photos, which is pretty cool. So let's finish off by taking the browser for a spin, and this is still the Gingerbread browser on here, so you don't get any of the new ICS features like Chrome Sync or anything like that. But it is pretty fast. It uses the same tiled rendering system as the Galaxy S2 and the Galaxy Note, so there's no slowdown when zooming around the page. Everything is pretty fast and responsive. Anyway, I think that about does it for our first look at the Galaxy S Advance. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our full review over on the site right now.